All right, well, hey, we're back. This is episode 73. A special shout out to Charles, Hannah, Rebecca, Andrew, Will, Evelyn, Carrie, Benjamin, Timothy, Rachel, Chris, and Liz. Just a bunch of random names that are in no way related. Anyways, we're glad that you're back with us. And so far in our study of Second Timothy chapter 3, Paul has been talking about this kind of person who is almost like those Disney villains. Like this is Ursula with the tentacles. And here, like Ursula or like Scar. Here's Scar. Oh, it's an angry flower lion. There we go. That looks really really good. Or like Gaston. Right here's Gaston. I've never seen that movie, but I'm pretty sure he's the bad guy. He has weird hair. I've seen a picture of him. And any other crazy. Here's Jafar. All right. Jafar looks generic because I can't draw whatever. All right. And Paul's been talking about these people who are like all of these evil villains all wrapped up and combined into one person. This one person who is super evil atomic bomb that they will try to lay waste to a church, and in turn, they will try to destroy everything that's good and godly in the church. And if these guys are in the picture, then you will never have the kind of ministry that endures beyond your own lifetime because they'll kill it. And on one hand, yesterday it was kind of surprising because back in chapter 2, verses 24 to 26, Paul had commanded Timothy to be patient and to be gentle in correcting those who oppose the church. Paul has said that, hey, we are firm with false teachers and we need to cut them out of the church like gangrene, but even then we still want them to come to their senses and to repent and to be freed from the grasp of the devil, of the devil's grasp upon their lives. But on the other hand, while we still have that same desire, these last two episodes have shown us that there are levels to this. There are degrees of danger, and the people in chapter 3, they are nuclear bomb, atomic bomb level dangerous. And you don't run towards a nuclear bomb, you run away from it. And that's why Paul has said in verse 5 to avoid men such as these. And if you weren't sure what makes these people so bad and such a threat to the church, our verses today will give you and I even more reasons why we must avoid these kinds of people and get them out of the church at all cost. And so let's get into it. For among them are those who enter into households. And one thing really quick, it's not just that they enter into households, but that they do so with ulterior motives. They have a hidden agenda. And it's a lot like Jude 4, where Jude says that certain persons have crept in unnoticed. And in the same way, these atomic bomb people, they're sneaky and they're conniving. And that's what we see with this next phrase here, and captivate weak women weighed down with sins, women who have been led by various impulses. A quick disclaimer, Paul's point here is not that women are weak or dumb or inferior to men. Instead, Paul's point is that in society, there will be these people who are easy prey, who are vulnerable and easily manipulated. They are burdened with the kind of guilt and lifestyle that makes them easy targets. And Paul says the atomic bomb people, they go out of their way to find people like that. People that they can most likely win against. People who are the most susceptible, they find them and they make them their victims. And look at what it results in. Verse 7. Women who are always learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. These atomic bomb people, they place those who are vulnerable under their wings. And maybe they teach, maybe they disciple, maybe they even come across as loving and caring, like we saw yesterday, that they have the appearance of godliness. But Paul says, make no mistake, that those who are attached to them, they are never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Why? Because the atomic bomb people, they do not teach the truth. They hate the truth. And this really exposes us to the fact that these guys are wolves looking for food. You don't care about your food. You don't care about, your food's feelings. Instead, you just eat it. It's food. And that's how these atomic bomb people treat the vulnerable. They just eat them. They don't care about them or their salvation. And what you see here in these two verses is that these people are completely and totally and utterly against everything that God stands for.
All right, episode 73, and today we are continuing our discussion about these atomic bomb people who destroy and kill. Yesterday we talked about them destroying the church, and today we are talking about them trying to destroy the household. God creates and ordains the family in Genesis 1 and 2 as a beautiful thing that is to be protected, and they are trying to destroy it. And then later in this verse we see that they are trying to captivate women. And if you look at James 1:27, we see that these women are to be protected, and they are trying to hurt them. So they are against everything that God is for. So as an encouragement, read and discuss all of James 1. James 1, we see a lot of the heart of sin and what it can do. And then at the end of it, we see what is actually beautiful in God's creation. So read and discuss, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.